We're good to go?
I don't know. We haven't gotten the word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused for a sec.
Oh. Hello and welcome everybody to the BSU Esports Arena. Today we have an incredible match for you guys planned up between Boise State University and Utah State University. I'm looking for a really good match between these two guys today, and honestly, I'm excited to have every single one of you guys along for the ride. So, to my co-caster, what of antimatter? I mean, anti kind of suggests it doesn't exist, but what's up with that?
Dude, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Isn't it like how the universe is surrounded by that, you know?
Yeah, and then it gets turned into the regular matter. But, I mean, that prefix does, like, really confuse me in the end because...
Antimatter.
Yeah,
It's like the opposite of existing. What, is it nothing? Or is it like, what even is that?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I'm no astrophysicist, but, I mean, if somebody can explain that for me, that would be incredible.
Yeah, let's get that going in the chat. Whoever knows what antimatter is, post a definition for me.
But I don't know about you guys, but I'm incredibly excited today for this week's Smash Bros. Tournament between BSU and Utah State University. Both of these teams I've seen work very, very hard, and I myself have worked very hard to just understand all of these characters and their matchups, which is honestly incredible that these guys can figure it out because I don't know about antimatter. I don't know if that's rocket science or not, but Super Smash Bros. Definitely is.
Oh, 100%. It's with all the combinations, the characters, you know, Smash Bros. Isn't just a fighting game. It's a whole different level of fighting.
Yeah, it's like you take a fighting game, and then you take a strategy game, and you mash them together, and then you get Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with all of its complexities, all of its weights, classes, heavies. It's just incredible that these guys know as much as they do about it.
It is truly insane. You could definitely, like, teach a whole college course on the game itself. It's insane. I don't even know everything about it.
Yeah. But I'm very excited to have all of you guys here today. This is going to be an amazing match, and I look forward to what's going to go on today.
Oh, absolutely. Knowing both the teams, what do you think? How do you think of Boise State's chances?
Honestly, I think Boise State does have a pretty good chance here, as long as they understand their sort of matchups and how everything's going to come out. We do see Roy into Palutena, or not Palutena. I'm sorry, Bayonetta. Roy is one of those characters where you want to get up really, really close. But the thing is about Bayonetta is that she is really, really good at that zoning, as you can see with a lot of her neutral specials, just being able to just zone out her opponents, like we can see here with the Roy. It's kind of a really bad clash between the two, because that Roy wants to get as close as possible, but Bayonetta has all the tools in the world to keep him away.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we can see here, the Bayonetta is doing very well in this situation, always keeping her distance, but also kind of getting in the face when possible.
We see that first stock taken by Bayonetta from Utah State. We're going to see how I really want to see how Roy plays into this, because I feel like as long as he can play his cards right and just kind of wait out that Phantom time that he's been falling for this few times, he can definitely put a dent in this Bayonetta strategy.
Oh, 100%. That's one of the most important things about this game. It's not just knowing the characters, but also knowing your opponent.
And we do see that stock finally getting taken by BSU. We just need to see how they're going to sort of play off of this. Roy is down 72-0. This Bayonetta has done a very good job at zoning him out, just keeping him away with that Phantom time, being able to use her up specials as well as her tilts, just being able to keep him away, as we can see there.
Oh, absolutely. It's getting real close there. Both of them have taken a stock, but Roy here is pretty high on the, what do you call it, the percentage or health or...
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more game left to play. Roy is at high percent, but there's a lot of ways you can combo that. Unfortunately, he does get struck out by the side tilt from the Bayonetta, which is a very hard thing to counter, especially off ledge, just for its edge guarding ability alone.
Absolutely.
Ooh. Roy getting some really good damage on this Bayonetta.
Oh, absolutely.
As long as he can keep her sort of in the air and out of her ground state, where she can combo and just kind of get in his face, he definitely has a really good shot. And there he goes, down a stock, bringing it back to an even game. I feel like Roy is finally starting to figure out how this Bayonetta is sort of playing. She is definitely waiting for those opportunities to get in, use her Phantom time, start those combos up, and just get Roy in the air where he has a significantly less powerful combo game.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I like Roy's playstyle now. He's playing a little more safer, not being too hasty with it. Yeah, it's getting close here.
Yeah, we do see Bayonetta get a grab off and throw. Roy is off stage now.
Ooh.
And unfortunately just cannot recover, leading Utah State up 10-9 in the bracket.
Nice. That's not bad at all for such an uneven matchup. Roy really did a good job.
Yeah, getting that second stock was definitely a really good thing that Roy was able to do, just setting up his teammates with one less stock for that Bayonetta, especially because this Bayonetta is really playing into these hard offensive characters super well. Roy was definitely in a losing matchup, so taking 2 stocks is definitely nothing to scoff at.
That is super nice. Super nice. And looks like up next is it Shrexophone?
It looks like I think Supersonic is up next on the Olimar. And we are just waiting to see if Utah State is going to make a switch off of Bayonetta onto one of their other players. But from the looks of things in BSU's lineup, they're going to kind of struggle into this Bayonetta if they play it the same way that they did Roy. However, with Roy taking 2 stocks, I don't think they have to worry about it as much as they would if that Bayonetta was still up at 2 or even 3 stocks.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, no. Knowing what kind of strategies the other team's going for, again, that's just super helpful. Right?
Yeah.
Knowing your enemy.
Definitely. And in Smash Bros, it is kind of hard because you don't know your enemy team's layout until the matches actually start.
Yeah.
And with Super Smash Bros being such a character-oriented game with all the different weights, projectile classes, fighter, sword players, brawly guys, it just takes a lot of I would say luck, but nothing is luck in video games. It all comes down to skill and just being able to play those matchouts as they go. But definitely some matchouts do play better than others.
Oh, wow, 100%. Yeah, just seeing these. I was watching some of them practice before, and one helpful thing I noticed is they do try to practice against those really uneven matchouts. And just being able to do that and at least know, even when you're at a disadvantage, how to make the most out of that is just super important,
Yes, I 100% agree. Being able to play into your weakness is definitely one of the best things that you can do as a Super Smash Bros. Player. And that honestly, a lot of things from other games definitely play into Super Smash Bros. That you wouldn't really see otherwise. Like, you definitely see a lot of MOBA elements in Smash Bros. Not like with character design or with gameplay, but just kind of seeing your other enemy team's players and saying, how can I make the best out of a bad matchup when it comes to Roy into Bayonetta, for instance, or even a super light character into a heavy. But we're going back in with Boise State now on the Ness into Bayonetta. Bayonetta is only going to start this round with 1 stock, but we do see...
Oh, okay.
A little bit of a mix-up from Utah State, taking a early initiative with a 12.6% onto Ness.
Looks like...
What is going on here?
I think they're just restarting.
Yeah, I think they're just restarting the round. But mix-ups aside, that I'm honestly kind of excited to see how Ness plays into Bayonetta.
Yeah, that's
since
quite cool.
Ness is a very projectile-based character. He wants to get those other characters down to up to as much percent as possible before finally going in for the kill. His tilt attacks aren't super strong on their own, but once you get people up to that high percentage level, he becomes lethal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, this will be interesting how this goes. I'm quite excited to see it.
Yeah. So Bayonetta is going to take off 2 stocks here just because she ended the last round with 1 stock. This allows the game to play out a little bit more smoothly since they're up 10-9. We do see Ness trying to use his PK Fire as sort of a zoning tool. Contrary to popular belief, you do not want to spam that PK Fire as it is an incredibly punishable move, as you can see there.
Oh, yeah, he really got punished for that.
Yeah. Ness is an incredibly powerful character at long range. The thing is, he's incredibly floaty and he's incredibly light, which means Bayonetta's really strong smash attacks can do a ton of damage if left unchecked.
Oh, looks like this Ness is kind of struggling right now.
Yeah, Ness is sort of struggling to create that space that he definitely needs. And with Bayonetta's edge guarding, she's just able to get those stocks out really easy.
100%.
But with that reset, he's able to get off a PK Fire. It doesn't unfortunately hit, and Bayonetta starts the combo, but messes it up mid-air.
That's what you were saying earlier. Ness can be quite vulnerable at times. And yeah, we see there that
Yeah, his ground game is definitely his strongest ordeal. But once he gets up in the air, he can't really do anything outside of try and launch himself down with PK Thunder. But even then, it's a very risky move since it leaves him so open without any armor.
absolutely.
Yeah, you can just see how Bayonetta is just a really good edge guarding character by that last death. You could see that Ness could not really get back up to the ledge because of her down smash, being able to just guard that ledge, get those ledge guards in, and just provoke fear into the Ness trying to recover.
Yeah. Yeah, Ness really struggled that round, but hopefully they can kind of bring it back and maybe play against that Bayonetta. I'm not sure if they're going to, Utah's going to continue with that, maybe continue on the roll or try to change up tactics here, but
I don't know. I mean, it seems to be working for them, whatever they're doing on the Bayonetta, so I'd imagine that they keep going with what they got.
Very good. Very good.
Honestly, that the air game from Bayonetta that we have seen so far has just been incredibly good. I mean, we've been able to see her use her up smashes, nairs, forward airs, back airs, just being able to put BSU's players into a position that they feel very uncomfortable in. We saw it first with the Marth, who already... Oh, wait, no, not the Marth, the Roy, who has an incredibly bad aerial game to begin with, but once he gets up in the air without a fast fall tactic, he really does struggle in that scenario. And then we saw it even more with the Ness, just being so floaty and unable to get onto the ground to get the combos he needed in order to get to that high percent. So I think what BSU needs to focus on is just trying to keep that Bayonetta grounded.
Absolutely. Yeah, one thing that maybe some of the people would like to know is, like, what are some ways they can kind of counter that, you know?
Definitely. Honestly, if I were to say countering a good projectile character that can just stay away, good mobility. For BSU, their best projectile character right now is King DDD with his really good Gordo placement. And also Olimar has some really good ranged play with all of his different Pikmin, all their different movement types. But honestly, even just being able to get in and cancel out that Bayonetta's witching time, which was the clock move that we've been seeing her slow others with, just allows her to get so much value from such a simple move.
Looks like they're pulling out the Bayonetta again. Let's see, as you were saying, Olimar. Let's see how Olimar goes up against it.
So with Olimar in this competition, he wants to get rid of that blue Pikmin in favor for either a white or a purple one, since they have some of the best combo game. Purple is definitely preferable in this situation since he has a lot of knockback and damage. We can see this Bayonetta getting really, really close, and once again, that combo game is just lethal for her.
Yeah, that Bayonetta likes to really get in there.
Yeah. And Olimar sort of plays a little bit like Ness, except he has a little bit more flexibility when it comes to his close game with his Pikmin types. That purple Pikmin is going to be his bread and butter, just wanting to use it as much as possible, trying to get a discharge, trying to get a displacement on this Bayonetta's combo with it.
This Bayonetta is not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
Just combo after combo, just keeping this Olimar in the air.
But that was a good juke from Olimar, being able to get around the stage. And now Bayonetta is up in the air.
Oh, there
the roles have been reversed. She's finally up in the air getting comboed. Misses the up smash.
And a grab.
Unfortunately, not finding a kill from Olimar, but putting him in a position to take the final stock of Bayonetta. That was amazing from Olimar. Class act of what he needed to do in order to get that one stock on Bayonetta.
All that one stock. That was a pretty close one.
Yeah, that was an incredibly close game. That Olimar came so close to death so many times, but he was just able to bob and weave around that Bayonetta's combo that we'd seen so many times in the air to be lethal to the rest of BSU's team. But now the real question remains, who's up next?
Who is up next? We've only seen one of Utah's players. Who do you think is going to be up next?
You know, into Olimar, spacing is definitely key, but he's also able to control space really well, so you kind of want to partner that with either somebody who can play from a distance or somebody who's going to run in and screw him up. So I honestly think that we're going to see a hero pick right here with his varied magic picks and also a lot of his long-range options with his neutral B.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But honestly, no matter what they do, it's definitely going to be an interesting match either way. Olimar is honestly a very, very technical character, and I could honestly go on for a really long time, even with my limited knowledge on the character, on how the interactions work and how like different Pikmin work. Like, for example, that purple Pikmin that we'd seen so much with the Olimar, that guy does a ton of damage, but he can't latch on like the other Pikmin can. Well, there's a white Pikmin that can go super, super far, but he's also really fragile. So it kind of leads to this really weird scenario with Olimar where you're like, what color Pikmin does he have? How is he going to use it? Is he going to take space? Is he going to control space? Is he going to ledge guard? Is he going to play the air? It just kind of depends on the player and the observation from the enemy.
Yeah, Olimar sounds very versatile and definitely can go up against a lot of players. Usually if, again, like you were talking about, wanting range or wanting to get up in their face, that's one of the really nice things about Olimar.
Yeah, Olimar is definitely a really fun character to watch. But honestly, I'd really like to see that hero matchup because he is an even more technical character when you come to think of it. Because his magic with his down B is very, very random. Every time you pull up that menu, it's a different screen with different magic, and it's honestly really unpredictable. And honestly, props to the hero players out there because I could never read that fast.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. With how many years I've played the game, like I still don't know all of Olimar's combos. I still don't know all of that. He's a super complicated but rewarding character to play.
Yeah, definitely. So we see the Cloud pick out here against the Olimar, which definitely which might work out in their favor since Cloud wants to get up there. He wants to use his limit break abilities to get up and just wail on his opponent. Like you can see here, Olimar is already at 101% because he's unable to find the space from Cloud's massive sword.
Yeah, Olimar might struggle just a bit here, but
ooh, we do see the stock taken on Olimar, and Cloud is playing with limit up. He's able to use it for 32% on the Olimar.
Wow, this Cloud is not messing around, just getting in this Olimar's face.
Ooh, big damage from Rising Strike.
Absolutely huge damage.
Although I will say what Olimar is able to do is he's able to prevent Cloud from building up his limit even faster with Cloud's limit down B. But now that he has it up, he has to play super careful. Luckily for him, Cloud missed it. So now he has to wait for another limit opportunity.
Yeah, Olimar seems at a bit of a disadvantage here. What do you recommend that the Olimar player do in order to...
Honestly, with this Cloud player just playing so aggressive... Oh, Olimar does find a reverse pick too. This is good for Olimar because it resets that limit bar, and since he was pretty close, he's going to have to work really hard to get that back. But with Olimar being so light and just being able to get thrown in the air really easy, it gives Cloud plenty of opportunities to get that limit up.
Absolutely.
So to answer your question, Olimar needs to play this really, really safe, away from limit, especially when he has it up. And Cloud just has enough abilities to get him close that you just have to play super careful.
Yes, Olimar playing safe seems like it is working here a bit.
It is working, but the issue is he's not able to find his way back onto stage with Cloud's really massive sword hitboxes. And unfortunately, oh, Olimar's still in it, just barely outside of the kill box. But he does unfortunately find the business end of Cloud's limit break, which is unfortunate. We did see him get a really good stock on the Cloud, though, but that's honestly probably one of Olimar's worst matchups, just by the size of Cloud's sword being able to get in, kill all of his good Pikmin, and then just get out like nothing happened.
Super aggressive plays, super aggressive, yeah. Olimar didn't seem like he had too much of a chance there, so looks like they have King DDD to go up probably against Cloud again, I'd assume.
Yeah, BSU down 3-8 on the first round. I think, honestly, DDD would be a really good shot. Since he is a heavy, he does have super armor on a lot of his attacks. He does have good range with his Gordos and being able to shoot them back with a lot of force, and they can be deadly if used right. And the thing is about Cloud is that he was playing super aggressive into Olimar because he knew he could. As long as he could kill the purple Pikmin, which is Olimar's biggest block.
Bread and butter.
Yeah, his bread and butter, his biggest block for characters like that. He could honestly just play around all the other ones because in the end, you want purple Pikmin and you want yellow ones. And if you can kill both of them and force Olimar to play with the blue, the white, and the reds, he has a lot less killing potential just because those Pikmin aren't typically as useful.
Yeah, Olimar, as we were talking about before, can be super versatile, but if you kind of exploit that weakness of killing the white and the purple Pikmin, then you can't do anything. You know?
Yeah, he struggles in the matches like that. But I will say he did a very good job at controlling the little space that he was given. The only issue is that when he would get grabbed and thrown off stage, he was left very, very open to the Cloud limit break, which is his staple, which is a staple of Cloud, and honestly one of the things you have to look out the most for on that character, since it can kill at relatively low percents and it charges really fast when you're dealing damage like he was.
Super low percents. That Cloud knew to keep Olimar off that stage, just keep him in the air, and just build that limit until he can get that final shot off.
Yeah, but I will say Olimar did a good job with what he was working with. But now moving into DDD, I honestly am really excited to see this. Because of that heavyweight character, he can dish out as much, if not more damage than Cloud can, but he does require significantly more wind-up before his really big heavy attacks. So I'm honestly I'm really intrigued to see how Cloud is going to approach this, since DDD has one of the best controlling moves in the game, being that Gordo.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Cloud's definitely taking it a little bit safer this time around, trying to feel out that King DDD a bit more.
Yeah, he wants to feel out this DDD and avoid the business end of that hammer, since it can be incredibly good.
Very good. Seems to be pretty even so far, with King DDD getting up a nice up little lead.
Yeah, he got the Gordo off, but the Cloud playing it safe just stayed on that ledge. But now DDD has to play it a little bit safer with the limit break. It does come out, but it doesn't do as much as I bet that Cloud was hoping it would.
Yes.
Now with DDD, he's a little bit different than Olimar, since he has those extra jumps, sort of like Kirby and Meta Knight, being able to play off stage a little bit easier. And since he's a heavy, he doesn't get knocked around as much. Cloud does have his limit up again. He does find the hit on DDD, but DDD manages to pull back.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about before. That King DDD just has so much wind-up that Cloud can just quickly go in and use that limit break.
Yeah, but even with it, he's still playing really well. And there goes DDD with the first stock on Cloud.
That is very nice. Good playing from DDD. Very tanky, way better against Cloud.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of good interactions with this Gordo. So the thing is, with DDD, the Gordo is probably the most complex part of his kit. It is one of the abilities with the most kill potential, since any amount of damage can send it rocketing back at DDD, and he has to play it really safe. We did see Cloud get that stock finally on DDD, resetting back to 36.
Yeah.
And now I think he's starting to figure him out just a little bit, just sort of to play it safe, play away from him, and just kind of take the space he can get.
Yeah. Yeah, building up that percent and charging up that limit break is probably Cloud's best chance. But King DDD's doing a very good job keeping his distance as well and only engaging when he really needs to.
Yeah. And there we go, an avoid the limit break and a spike on the on the dash attack. Wow, that was an amazing play off DDD, able to get that final stock on Cloud.
Very impressive. Yeah, that DDD was a very good matchup against Cloud.
Yeah. Now Utah State leads 6-2, and now here comes the real question: can DDD 3-stock 2 people by himself?
Ooh, you know I'm a believer. You know I'm a believer.
You gotta root for the underdog here. But honestly, looking at the potential picks, into Samus, I think DDD stands a really good chance because his swallow ability, the one where he can take in projectiles, allows him to pretty much get rid of them entirely, meaning that Samus can't really control the board as much as she'd want to. And for Hero, the same thing sort of goes, because a lot of his attacks are projectiles, except for his boost jump as well as his lightning sword attack as well. So honestly, I'm really excited to see how DDD is going to play.
Be very interesting. This might be the comeback of a century right here.
Yeah, it's comeback season.
Yeah. No, this is super exciting. Seeing these people going, ooh, and it looks like we might have had a change to Young Link. Ooh. I see here.
Young Link instead of Samus. Another character that really depends on the zoning from his projectiles. A lot of his attacks are like his arrows, his boomerang, his bomb. A lot of them are meant to just zone out the opponent. And with King DDD having a really large hitbox, you never know. It might just be enough to keep him away from this really rather light character.
Yeah, one thing to know about Link is just super agile. Just can jump around the map like it's nothing. So It'll be good, interesting. It'll be interesting to see how DDD can deal with all these projectiles, and as you were talking about before with the, what's it called, Nom Nom?
It's a Gordo.
Gordo, yeah. I think Link knows that it does tons of damage to DDD, so he's trying to get him to where.
Yeah, the Gordo is a lot more dangerous when playing against the young Link, since any one of those projectiles can send that Gordo back at him. The Gordo has a priority of 0 when it comes to attacks in this game, which means it can be attacked by just about any move and be sent right back at DDD for extra damage. But the same goes for DDD. If he can hit an attack off the Gordo as it's coming at him, it'll rocket back at young Link, dealing massive damage.
Ooh, I like this high stake.
Ooh.
And the DDD off with the first stock.
We've seen this DDD do a really good job at taking the space this young Link would normally use to thrive. The thing is about young Link is he loves to play at one end of the stage and just keep the opponent back. Like, as you can see with his arrows, boomerangs, bombs, he's able to just put so much pressure on DDD. But we're still seeing him able to get up really up close and personal with that big hammer of his and just deal massive amounts of damage.
Absolutely. Oh!
Ooh, young Link finds a good kill off the ledge on DDD.
That was perfect timing for that bomb.
Yeah, we do see the Gordo come through, though, with young Link off stage, hit again by the Gordo.
And
Luckily, young Link's grapple game is really easy to get back on the ledge with. Ooh.
this is very interesting. Both players are really focused right now. This DDD is playing a lot safer, trying to avoid all those projectiles and not throwing his Gordo out.
You can feel the tension in the stadium right now, just seeing this guy try and get close, but end up getting hammered right back to where he started.
Oh, there's Link with a little combo there.
Yeah, we do see Link try to start up a combo, but DDD is just too heavy for a lot of young Link's combos, especially this small, low in percent.
Oh, wow. Yeah, both players are playing pretty safe now. Try not to risk getting too much damage done on him.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we are definitely seeing a lot safer play from young Link. He knows the stakes here. He's at one. They're both at 1 stock right now. The thing is for DDD is that he loses this stock, and it brings Utah up 1-0. That was a really good match.
That was a very good match.
Yeah, both of these characters are really good at controlling space. I would say young Link is better at it from a distance, but DDD is just able to get up close so easily to those lightweight characters and just shove them up stage really easy. But honestly, that was a really good match from both of them. They both understood their weaknesses to the character, but unfortunately for DDD, that lack of 1 stock was eventually what caught up to him, and it's what eventually led to him losing that 1 stock, which is unfortunate because I would have loved to see the comeback, and it was possible.
Awesome. That would have been super cool. Yeah, no, if you noticed during the game too, I think Link caught on to kind of DDD's playstyle, and he kind of baited out his suction move with just a projectile, and he's expecting him to throw it back, and so he kind of jumped on that opportunity and like punish DDD for it.
Yeah, because we could see really early on in the match that he'd jump up really high, use that Gordo, try to suck it in and spit it out right back at young Link. But yeah, I 100% saw that with the fire arrows, just being able to get in and not really do very much damage. Then coming in with the boomerang and hitting DDD with his own Gordo to secure the match.
Yeah, that's crazy. That Gordo is super high risk. It's not too high risk, high reward, but going against someone like Link, yeah, as Link can just easily hit it with his.
Yeah, with all the projectiles that come through, it definitely makes it a very hard approach for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are getting ready for match 2. Do you think anyone's going to change? Do you think we're going to see different players?
You know, I think we're going to see the same characters. I think what really tripped them up in the first 2 rounds to that Bayonetta was that they didn't really understand what they were working with. Bayonetta is an incredibly tricky character, since she can sort of play really up close like we saw in the first 2 matches, or something that we didn't really see is that she can play a little bit farther away with her tilt and smash attacks, being able to just hit from a fairly long distance. Definitely not as long as projectile characters like the young Link that we saw, but she is really good at kind of keeping people off of her or getting on to people really hard. So now that BSU knows what that Bayonetta is going to do, I think that's going to help them out a little bit more.
Yeah, if I had to give BSU any sort of advice, it's trying to go, because I assume they're probably going to go with that Bayonetta first again, Utah State. So going against Bayonetta's weaknesses and playing projectile characters like you were talking about, that could be super helpful in the beginning because, again, the first 2 characters, who was it again? It was...
I believe it was Roy and Olimar first. Yeah.
They just could not do anything against.
Oh, we are seeing a player swap out first. We're seeing the Incineroar off BSU and back to the Young Link from Utah State. This is definitely this is probably a really good matchup for Incineroar. The thing is about him is that he wants to get right up in this person's face. The thing is about Incineroar as well is that he has a few incredibly good moves to take that space. One of them being his down special, Revenge, which allows him to mitigate damage and increase his own. Like, as we can see there, he's dealing explosive amounts of damage and is just able to punish this Young Link for any mistake he makes.
Yeah, this Young Link needs to get some distance because...
We do see a really good combo out of this Young Link, just being able to match him in distance.
That distance and the projectiles just do lots of damage.
Yeah, the thing is, Incineroar is an incredibly scary character to go up against in a head-on-head collision. But this Young Link is playing it just right, keeping him just out of range so that he can't really do much. Incineroar has a really weak mobility game. As you can tell, he's not very fast. But if this Young Link can just keep him away, keep pelting him with a whole bunch of projectiles, avoiding that down B special that increases Incineroar's attack, we can definitely see this Young Link pull ahead.
Absolutely. And to kind of clarify that Incineroar's power-up, does that last throughout the match, or is that temporary?
So it's temporary, but it either lasts for a few seconds, or it lasts until his next attack, and it multiplies it up to two times. So it's definitely something to be a little bit spooky of.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh.
Unfortunately, the lack of mobility from the Incineroar is really showing right now, just being unable to get close to this Young Link and make advantage of his really heavy-hitting playstyle.
Yeah, this Incineroar is really, every time he tries to get close, he's either pushed back through Link's projectiles or just grabbed and pushed right.
Oh, but we unfortunately see him miss the recovery just barely.
Just barely.
Allowing Utah State to pull ahead 12-9 in the first round.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get that last stock off of Link.
Yeah, he got really close to getting that last stock. I just don't think he really knew how to approach him, since the thing is about Incineroar is that he is an incredibly good character, like I said in the beginning, but I don't know if you noticed, but his jumps are really sluggish. He doesn't really have a dash attack that works really well into him. Incineroar does have a lot of invincibility frames on his arms for a lot of his special attacks, but he wasn't really able to use them a lot of the time. He was just too busy getting stun locked in the air by the projectile spam.
Yeah, if the Incineroar maybe slowed down a bit more and kind of like been a little more diligent about his moves and like knowing his enemy, knowing how the Link played, he could have done probably a bit better. At least got that second stock off.
Yeah, I do think that's going to come back to bite the next person who comes in. At least they know a little bit more about how the Young Link plays. They've seen him play in 3 matches now. I bet that they have some idea on how he's going to play. He's going to play a little bit farther away than most normal Young Links would, but he is he is not opposed to running in and capitalizing on any disadvantage that you might have.
Yeah, this is one of the Young Links I've seen where they're not afraid, to get in your face and kind of show you what's up.
Get in your face, use those powerful smash attacks that Young Link has, and that's really the advantage of Young Link over a lot of the other Link variants like Toon Link and regular Link. Just being able to close that gap, having a really small hitbox comparatively, and the bombs are a lot better on Young Link as well. They have a smaller fuse, but they do a lot more damage than some of the other bombs. Like regular Links has to be manually detonated, which can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it's like you got both the Links there, right? And then you have like the upgrade button, like that old meme, and you press it, and then that's Young Link right there.
Heck yeah. It's like combine the two, get all the good stuff from both of them, and then go from there.
All the good stuff. Yeah, do you think any of the BSU players are going to switch their characters, or do you think they might try to go up against this Young Link here?
If I were to take a bet, I'd say the next person who goes in might swap if it's not King DDD. Because Olimar has a really good range game, but he doesn't really have that much up close unless he has the right Pikmin. And with those bombs from Young Link, it can make it a little bit difficult to get exactly what you want out of it. And Roy is sort of in the same boat, but not quite. He doesn't have the same like micromanaging that Olimar would have, but he does have to get up close and kind of play into this Young Link. But we are going to see the Olimar pick into Young Link, so that proves me wrong right ahead. But honestly, I think these guys just kind of have to play similar. Like, Olimar has to range him out just like Young Link did.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. As you were talking about, I'm sure that Olimar's trying to get that purple and white Pinkman.
And we do see a few Pikmin connect. Unfortunately, not dealing a ton of damage, but
not a ton,
but enough to get his best Pikmin out on the field. Ooh, we do see the white Pikmin connect, dealing a little bit of chip damage.
It's super nice, but this Olimar is...
Yeah, but Olimar does lose his purple Pikmin, his best one in the process, which is unfortunate, but he can still recover from this.
He can.
Ooh, Young Link finding the first stock. The biggest issue that this Olimar is going to face is just the Utah State ability to get rid of his Pikmin. An Olimar without Pikmin is just kind of defenseless, since a lot of his attacks require them in order to deal more damage, have a longer grab time, longer throws. Pretty much all of his attacks depend on what Pikmin he has, and just being able to take that away is crucial to anybody playing against a good Olimar.
Yeah, it kind of seems like Link here is trying to keep his distance, but also try to keep this Olimar off the map, because Olimar doesn't seem to have a lot of air attacks, and again, relies being on the ground to get his Pikmin back up.
Yeah, but we do see Young Link finally getting thrown off stage. Olimar unfortunately unable to capitalize on that opportunity. But we do see the red Pikmin connect for a nice little bit of chip, and there he goes with the purple side B. That is why the purple Pikmin is so powerful. It just exponentially increases his attack potential. We do see him die. We do see him fall off stage for his final stock, just because of how high in percentage he was.
Super high. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a disadvantage for this Olimar, but I think if Olimar continues to play how he is and trying to keep it a little safe, kind of like keeping that medium distance where you're not going to be abused by Young Link's projectiles, but also staying away from his smash attacks as well.
Yeah, we are going to see a few Pikmin connect, which is good. He's getting some in there. Young Link's air game is a lot better than Olimar's, though, which allows him to sort of get to that side of the stage and just kind of reset and regroup and just collect himself a little bit.
Yeah, both the Link and the Olimar are playing a bit more or less aggressively, a bit more safer, kind of trying to feel out their enemies' move sets. Olimar is at a pretty high percentage there, so this is a super high risk of him getting knocked off.
Both of them are playing at super high percents right now. This Olimar needs to find a way to swap. Oh, but Young Link finds the dash attack, unfortunately taking Olimar's last stock, but he was able to do better and get the first stock off that Young Link. Which, you never know. One stock can make all the difference.
One stock can. I mean, they're King DDD. Probably a good chance they'll go up next, and he has 3 stocks, so...
Yeah, you never know. We're probably going to see a reversal get revenge for the last round.
But that puts Utah State up, what is that, 5 stocks points?
It puts them, it puts them up 5 stock points, 11-6. But, you know, it's still possible.
It is still possible.
We've seen it before, and we might see it again. You never know. King DDD, he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he almost made that comeback.
Yeah.
Again, if he just probably had that one more stock when he went up against, when they both had 3 stocks?
Yeah. When
the Utah State, I should say. Both
had
3 stocks. Yeah, it's probably a good chance. So it'll be interesting to see. And it looks like Dr. Schmungus might be switching over to Palutena.
Oh, Palutena. It's coming out against the Young Link.
Yes.
Definitely trying to match the controller archetype with Palutena.
Absolutely.
Just trying to keep distance with her Fire Burst and her auto lock-on targeting. She is honestly almost a better pick for range than Young Link is, just because she has so much, and she can also get right up in your face with her neutral airs and just be able to deal a ton of damage in a short amount of time.
Tons of damage. Yeah, this is going to be very exciting.
Like, as you can see there, her neutral air is really good at getting people into it and just making it really hard for them to get out. Another upside to Palutena into these projectile characters like Young Link is her down special Reflect, which allows her to bounce stuff back at the character shooting at her.
It's super nice, but I think Young Link recognizes this, and he seems to be getting in Paulina's face.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go up against Palutena. She is a very good character once you start to get into her combos, but she can't really land once she gets knocked up in the air by attacks. Like as we see there with Young Link almost finding the first stock, but not quite able to get her outside of the zone. We do see Palutena get him off the stage, and now she's going to use that auto lock-on to just try and get rid of that Link's recovery, which she's able to do, taking the first stock of the match.
Very impressive. Yeah, that auto lock-on is super powerful.
We do unfortunately see the first stock taken off of Palutena, though, just because she is also a fairly light character. Just being able to get her up to high percentage is probably going to secure you the kill if you can get a heavy attack off on her.
Yeah, and after seeing how this Link's playing super up close and dirty, what do you recommend Palutena to do to have like kind of the best chance at?
Honestly, the best chance for this Palutena is to get this Link in a grab or just get him up in the air so that she can start to do her own combos and just start to get something rolling. This Link, I think the Young Link does understand how important it is that Palutena doesn't get a reflex off, which is why we can see him getting so up close and personal with Palutena.
Wow, that nice little combo there with two of those Link bombs. This Link definitely knows what he's doing.
Now Palutena down to one stock, but both of them are at one now. Whoa!
Whoa!
What happened there?
That was, wow. We can hear it from the BSU player too. I think there's a.
I think that was that was a shock and a half to just about everybody.
Wow.
He hit her from under the stage.
That is crazy.
Man, I know some hitboxes are a little wild, but I didn't think we were going into the jungle with how wild that one was.
That was very
Holy
crazy.
Moly!
That was.
I mean, we did see really good play from BSU's Palutena there.
Absolutely.
Although he wasn't really able to get his combos up and rolling like he probably would have wanted to see, I just feel like this Young Link's game knowledge against Palutena was a little bit too great for him to handle. Because Palutena is really good at getting people up in the air, but when she gets up in the air herself, it's really hard for her to come back down.
Again, yeah, super floaty, super in the air. Like, just not a whole lot you could do. This Link definitely knew what he was doing. He knew the Palutena's weaknesses. He knew the, what was that, magma guy?
The Incineroar.
Incineroar. Yeah, knew Incineroar's weakness, Olimar's weaknesses. This Link knows his stuff. And in order for BSU to kind of compete against this, I mean, Young Link is at one stock.
Yeah,
so
Young Link is very low.
One stock.
And I mean, we've seen King TDD do it before once. He was able to get that one stock. So if he can do that, comeback season is still on the table.
Comeback season. Let's see it. I want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see a really good game. And honestly, it's been a pretty good game so far. They just got to figure out a way to get around their weaknesses to Young Link, who's kind of, while he's a projectile character, he wants to control space. He does have a lot of ways that he can switch up his kit, and we've seen that a few times already. Like with Incineroar, we saw him play more out of range, just trying to get him off of him. But with Olimar, we saw him get right up in his face and just not let him do anything with his Pikmin or anything that he was trying to do.
Absolutely, yeah. This Link is dangerous, and looks like the match is starting up, but we haven't seen anything yet. We assume it's King DDD versus Young Link yet again.
Yep. We cannot see anything on the we cannot see anything on the monitors.
We are in, like, we have to think. This is imagination mode.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
We do see the DDD come back out. I do think that this was the right pick, considering that what we'd seen from him in the last round. We do Young Link getting the first few picks off, but DDD able to come back with that big hammer and just being able to dish out tons of damage in just a few swings.
Tons of damage, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, this DDD, all he has to do is give himself one or two good openings to get in, deal a ton of damage with that big hammer of his, and just go full hammer time on him.
Right. It is nice that the Link is at one stock, so I feel like the DDD can be a little more like aggressive, because they probably knows that this Link is going to be super safe.
And there goes the Link, unable to find the recovery with the DDD's off-stage presence. I feel like he would have won that even if he was able to get up just a little bit higher. DDD has a lot of really good offstage, not only maneuverability, but also attacks. His neutral air is able to deal a lot of damage in a 360-degree circle around him. His down air is able to kill with the hammer. And honestly, he is just a very scary character to go up against off the stage, especially because he has more than 2 jumps like a lot of characters don't have.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Looks like we got King DDD versus 9 stocks, I should say. 3 players, 9 stocks. I want to see it. I want to see the comeback.
I want to see the comeback. I honestly think it is possible. We haven't really seen the Bayonetta yet. We haven't seen her yet. We haven't seen the Cloud again. We haven't seen the Hero at all. Pick from Utah State. So maybe they might switch things up. Maybe they're going to go Hero this time.
I'm sure of it. Keep things interesting.
Yeah, keep things interesting for the audience, and also kind of get their 4th player into play.
Yeah,
I mean, you didn't get to play last round.
Come on, it's a team thing, you know. Everyone's got to contribute.
Yeah, everybody's got to contribute to the win. I mean, comeback season's still on the table. I mean, you can't dish that one out.
Oh, absolutely. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see King DDD take it all.
Yeah.
I want to see him take it all.
I want to see him use his neutral B suction move, just gobble that win up.
Absolutely. It's exciting. It's exciting. I think Leah Dog on BSU, is that how you say it? Probably. I want to see him do it. I want to see him do it, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, his username is after his dog. He's got a dog waiting at home, waiting for the win.
Oh
so
my gosh!
He's got a lot on the line right now.
A lot on the line. That dog's watching. The dog's on his mini computer and he's watching.
Yeah.
He's rooting for him.
I mean, DDD is honestly one of my favorite characters to watch just in gameplay because he's he can play in so many different ways, and he's just kind of a lovable character in the same time.
Just a lovable.
But we do see Bayonetta come back out to play against King DDD, which I think is the right pick for Utah State. However, I think she has to play a lot different than how she played against the last 2, because she gets up too close and is just unable to match her combo. She's going to get knocked up just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do see the Gordo come out and get massive damage on Bayonetta.
Massive.
Oh, here comes the dreaded Bayonetta combo.
Oh, that Bayonetta.
Not able to find the spike that she would have wanted to.
Yeah, this King DDD also isn't messing around, just dealing out massive amounts of damage.
And he takes the first stock on Bayonetta. That is amazing. Amazing how he can play that side edge and just keep her away from it.
Whoa.
We have seen Bayonetta's strength is in that edge guarding, just keeping people off the edge with her down smashes, with her combo ability. And even right now, we're seeing her get those really good combos out and just be able to get massive value and put tons of pressure on DDD.
Tons of pressure, but DDD is not having it.
Yeah, he is
out for blood.
Yeah, he is locked in right now. Just disrupting combos, dealing tons of damage. And almost finds the kill right there. Bayonetta able to recover back onto the stage. Both of them are really even in percents right now. Both of them have to play a little bit more cautious. Both of them are in killing range. We do see DDD lose that first stock to Bayonetta, but Bayonetta is in a dangerous zone right now.
Yes. Oh, very close there.
Ooh, we do see the Gordo come out to play.
DDD is just abusing it with the Gordo. This is what you'd like to see.
Yeah, we love to see this edge guarding play style with it. And there goes Bayonetta with a great headbutt from DDD. So both of them are on 0 stock. Both of them are on 0%. DDD up 2-1. Bayonetta does finally find one of those infamous combos that she's been dishing out this entire night. But DDD is also able to find a lot of value in all of his specials that he throws out. Everything is calculated for this Bayonetta.
Oh, there you go. This DDD is reading this Bayonetta, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Bayonetta is just not able to find her way back onto the stage and get valuable pressure. I feel like slowly but surely we are seeing Bayonetta adapt, though. Like, in the beginning, she was getting hit by almost every Gordo that DDD was able to throw out. But we do see her get up smashed with a headbutt, allowing DDD to take this round 2-0, bringing BSU to 2-6.
Beautiful. That is great to see.
Yeah, that is amazing to see. We've already seen DDD's biggest opponent being that young Link out. We're going to see the hero or the Cloud and potentially even the hero come out, and the reverse sweep is still on the table.
It is on the table. I mean, if you think about it, right? King DDD has 3 stocks, and he's going against 3 players. So, I mean, 1 stock there. He's going strong.
Yeah, he's up. He's still got 2 stocks. It's 2-6. They got 2 more players to go. So I just got some information. He's going to be going up against a Sheik this round, which honestly I kind of want to see. Sheik is a very floaty character, not quite as floaty as Ness, not quite as heavy as Bayonetta, but what she wants to do is sort of just float around the stadium, be really nimble like a ninja, and just be able to get that chip damage off and then finally go in for a kill. But with DDD, she has to play a lot more careful since she is that lightweight character who can just get mashed by the hammer.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is interesting. This is getting exciting now. I wonder. So that probably means, you know, switching to Sheik, they're not going to pull out Ant's hero.
I think they're still going to pull out the hero if Sheik does lose this round.
For sure.
But you never know. They could swap it up. It could change.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. This is going to be.
This is definitely going to be an interesting match. Right away, we are seeing the Sheik trying to play evasive, but unable to avoid that grab. I think that grab is going to be a death sentence for the Sheik, just because that hammer does so much damage. And even the Gordo does a ton of damage to such a light character.
Yeah.
But Sheik is able to get that ledge guard advantage and just being able to stay there, trying to prevent DDD from getting back onto the stage. While he does have a very good offstage presence, getting back on can be a bit difficult, even though the damage is minimal. Both players trying to play a little bit more spaced out from the beginning.
I feel like DDD does have to be a bit more careful here, but he seems to be quite evenly matched, actually.
Yeah, we do see the combo game coming out of Sheik and dealing a ton of damage to DDD, and he's just unable to reciprocate. We do see a really good up air through the stage to be able to get back on. But in the time, Sheik is able to charge up her neutral special, which is the Ninja Stars that can deal a lot of damage if left unchecked. Unfortunately, she does miss, but she also misses the Gordo Reflect. Oh, but she gets hit by the Gordo Reflect. This is amazing.
That was crazy.
This is awesome. This is an awesome gameplay. We are definitely seeing the Sheik play really well into one of her best counters, but DDD is also taking advantage of Sheik's minimal damage and just trying to play around it.
Absolutely. It is pretty hard for the DDD. It seems like Sheik is just zooming around this course here.
Oh, but we do see the stock get taken with the back air. That was amazing play from DDD. Just being able to find that open play, just trying to find that opening and get in to get the kill.
This is going to be a close one here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a lot closer. Oh, now Sheik is able to reflect the Gordo.
Now, you talking about Sheik being a super agile and nimble character. Does she have a lot of kill potential against someone like DDD? Or?
Honestly, her kill potential comes up to getting people to really high percentages. Like right now, we can see DDD at 159%. Some of Sheik's moves will not kill at that percentage, but her back air and her down special, which is it's kind of like a kick, can kill at pretty high percents, especially right now where DDD's at.
Yeah.
He's kind of playing a dangerous game getting up that close to her, but it's definitely worth it for the damage that he's putting out. Also, Sheik is kind of playing this a lot safer because she also knows that she has to get really close to get a kill.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Sheik has to work very hard to get this DDD to a high percentage. While DDD has that powerful hammer, he has Gordo. I understand why Sheik is feeling like you have to play it safe, but...
We are seeing amazing Gordo usage, just being able to pressure from that high on stage, just not being able to see where stuff is coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Sheik does find the back air kill on DDD, but at such a high percent, can she keep it up for the last stock?
Yeah, absolutely. This is getting real close.
Yeah, we do see Sheik at a very dangerous level. And we see her get hit by the Gordo combo. That was an amazing play.
This is very interesting, very close now.
Now we're probably going to see Sheik play it a little bit safer, trying to get that chip damage in, Because DDD is at 13%, she can't really get super close to do anything super risky right now.
Man, this DDD locked in. He's just hitting him with countless hammers and Gordos.
On a character like DDD, Sheik's playstyle is definitely a risky one because you want to get in close to get that chip damage, but you can't because if you make even one mistake, you get hit with that hammer and you just lose 10 to 20, sometimes even 30%, which in a light character's case like Sheik, it can be really detrimental.
Ooh, DDD's trying to go for the suck, but it's not working too much for him.
We did see that really good edge guard from Sheik to begin with. Just being able to keep DDD off and just pressuring him with little bits of damage every time he went back up onto stage and just being able to kind of feel him out, get him up to a percentage where she feels more comfortable to get in and get the kill. We do see a really big hit off DDD, which puts Sheik in a very, very precarious situation right now.
Yes.
Ooh, Gordo off the stage, able to hit. Sheik is able to recover pretty easily.
Yeah, Sheik is getting dangerously high, but DDD is also. It's quite interesting. Sheik has to come back quite a bit in order to kind of put DD in that kill potential.
Yeah, she probably has to get him up like another 10, maybe 20, 30% for DDD to become a viable, or for DDD to become a target. Gordo comes out from downtown, not able to find the kill, but keeping Sheik on edge. This Sheik is at a very high percent right now. Anything this DDD does, even if he breathes on her, she's going to go off stage.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
What will DDD do?
It
Man, try saying that 10 times fast. What will DDD do? But the Gordo comes in from downtown, finding the kill.
Oh my goodness.
DDD at 1 stock, leaving him in a 1-3 stock scenario. The comeback is still possible.
Is this the comeback that BSU is going to get?
I feel it. There is electricity in the air tonight.
Dude,
DDD has got this on lock.
Exciting, exciting. And here we go. We're finally going to see Ant's hero as well.
I've been looking forward to this all night because this is definitely going to be a cool matchup.
Yeah.
We're finally going to get to see their final player come out.
Yep.
We're going to see how they match up, and hopefully we'll see BSU start a reverse sweep.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Who do you think? What do you think, though? Do you think Ant is... Do you think that maybe that's like their best player they're kind of keeping as like a safety? Or maybe do you think it's like a player that might not?
And I've watched a few high school level esports league matches for Super Smash Bros. And what I've seen is that a lot of teams will front load. Try to get as many stocks as possible with their good players before subbing in before their weaker players can come in and finish up the cleanup. But you never know with a hero pick. Him being such a technical character, you almost need a good player to play hero well.
Absolutely. And it looks like they are switching from was Hero to Samus.
Yeah, Samus pick against DDD. This might put him in a precarious situation. Samus gets all of her value from being able to control the map with her really strong projectiles, her missiles, her plasma bolts. She's just able to do so much with space that she can take. But if DDD is able to close that distance and get even a few hammers in, he can annihilate Samus just being a really squishy character.
This will be interesting. I don't know. But also on that last match, I felt like I was like watching Pong.
Yeah.
That Gordo flying around everywhere.
Yeah, that Gordo definitely came in. I bet he's pretty dizzy after that one.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, we're getting in it. Oh, we're just getting started.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Samus plays this out. Is she going to try and play super far back? Is she going to try and play a little bit more risky up close? Since she does have quite a significant stock advantage against DDD. Ooh, already up to 43% just because DDD is so powerful in that middle to close range scenario. Samus up to 85% already, only getting 10 on DDD. But we're finally starting to see that range come out into play. Just being able to control the map with those charges and just being able to get them off in general is incredibly powerful for Samus.
Yeah, absolutely. I think DDD, although DDD is doing very well.
Getting the first stock on Samus.
My goodness. But as I was saying, DDD needs to be a little careful because, again, Samus has 2 stocks to his 1. So,
yeah, even if he's 100% ahead, he definitely needs to play it a little bit safer.
yeah.
Because one fully powered Samus shot, even if it just barely connects, could spell the end for DDD's run.
Absolutely.
Luckily, he's doing a pretty good job just kind of forcing Samus to quit on her charges up to about 0.5%, but it is still piling up over time.
Yeah. Samus is doing a very good job just being all around DDD, watching his moves, and...
Oh, no! Samus comes in with the back air, ending DDD's run.
Oh, that
and
was
giving
impressive.
Utah State takes the victory 2-0. That was an incredible match from DDD. He wasn't able to pull it out for the last 2 stocks, which is unfortunate. But being able to 3-stock 2 people on your own with 2 stocks to your name, that is something to be impressed about.
That is impressive. This DDD has some real skill. And
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun seeing that. Yeah, especially the Sheik game. Like, that was super close. That Sheik felt like he had a bit of a disadvantage, but it just looked like Pong.
Yeah, just being, that Gordo was bouncing around all over the place. Sheik was definitely able to take advantage of the Gordo just being a presence in the stage to begin with. And I feel like DDD did a pretty good job of it as well. He did get hit his fair amount of times with his own Gordo, but I feel like that's to kind of be expected with DDD, since that Gordo can be a little bit unpredictable, even though it is one of his greater moves.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if they started out with the DDD, because I felt like it would have fared really well against Bayonetta, which was their strong suit, and then Young Link.
Yeah, the DDD into the Young Link would have definitely been a more competitive answer. Of course, they didn't really know what was going into which one was going in first. For all they knew, the Bayonetta was going in, which is why I could see the Olimar pick. But even throwing DDD in round 2, he has a lot of armor and he's a very thick character, which would have meant that Young Link, while he would have probably gotten a lot of projectiles off, he probably wouldn't have been able to do a lot, even though he was able to do significant damage in that first round.
Yeah, that Link was just... that Link was good.
BSU just could not find an answer to that Young Link.
Maybe that was their best bet. Maybe it was just trying to just take out this Link as fast as possible and then letting DDD kind of pick up the scraps and take it home, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that would have definitely been the better answer. But that concludes our broadcast for today, BSU versus Utah State. I just want to thank everybody who came in for watching the broadcast, and hopefully we will see you next time.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.